I'm Tom Huffmeister. I'm going to speak to you today about revolutionizing your industry. What we do when we go into change is we have to look first at innovation. Innovation, for a lot of us, is a scary word. We think we need a team within our office, within our area of expertise, of very imaginative, very right-brain thinkers. And that's not really the case at all. I'm going to show you a couple tricks to how you can make big changes in your business and in your direction. I'm in the adult care business. What we're working on changing is how your parents get cared for in an adult care home. We're looking at how you make changes in assisted living and in dementia, Alzheimer's care. When we started working on the business about 5 years ago, here's what I wrote on the wall. Whatever's broke in the business, we're simply going to do the opposite. If it's not working, the opposite probably is right. In adult care, mom doesn't want to go live there. What would a place look like that mom wants to go live at? You really don't like to visit very much. What would a place look like that you want to go visit and it's actually hard to go home? Children are not looked as a positive person to come and have. If you get with nurses in adult care, they're like, really? Snot-nose, coffee, germy, little children? And when I talked to the adults, they all said, we want children to come visit us. We want them there. So we started working on ideas. What would happen? We're going to push into the opposite. That when it was time for the grandchildren to go home, they cried. What would that look like in an adult care home? Here's what we saw early in our phases of conversations back at our ideas. I heard these very phrases continually as we started to innovate. It can't be done. That's the stupidest thing. Are you crazy? One of my real favorites was, how long have you been in this business? I hear it constantly, and you're going to hear it from colleagues around you. They use it against you, that your ideas could never work. And when I'd get with the team and I'd talk to Mary, how many times were you told you were crazy this week, Mary? About 4. Put 4 check marks on the wall. Hey, Dan, how about you? About 18. Let's get more like Dan. Let's do more like Dan. He was told he was crazy 20 times this week. Y'all aren't talking about this enough if they're not telling you you're crazy. Crazy is a good thing. Crazy says you're making a change. Listen for crazy. Go, yeah, that's what drives us. That's what makes us work. Let's take a look at a playground in an adult care home.
Children playing in the park while birds are singing. I am walking, and I am laughing, life is perfect.
2 weeks after opening our first care home, I'm taking pictures and sending them back to the team. Mom dragging kids out bawling. I don't want to go home. I want to stay here and play. I told the team it's working. Way to go. Now let's keep it up. Let's keep inventing. Let's keep doing the opposite. What do you do for your employees within their environment? I called an architect during the first construction of our first building. I called him up one night and I said, oh my gosh, I can't hardly believe it. Our laundry room is on the back side of the building with a lake view. We need to put a window in it. He said, we can't do that. I said, why not? He said, because, Tom, the employees, they'll daydream and they'll work slow and they'll be inefficient. I said, you don't understand us at all. You see, because we're going to have the best laundry team in the entire business. And before I hire them, I'm going to go swing that door open and go, here's where you get to work. Did the exact same thing in the kitchen. A 32-year kitchen designer. He had designed over 2,000 kitchens all over the world. I want a window. Can't do it. Why not? Hasn't been done. He said, in 4 days, Tom, I'm going to come back to you why we don't put windows in kitchens. He came back with nothing. I said, well, let's do this. He goes, holy smokes, we're going to put windows in a kitchen. What a cool thing. Today, he calls it his competitive advantage in the kitchen business. What about Alzheimer's and memory care? This dreaded challenge of losing today's memory and only falling back into my past. We put an 80-year-old on the wall and said, if they're going to fall back into the past, what kind of an environment can we create that they'll remember? What kind of a space? What did these people do 50 years ago? So we instantly took the flat screen TV off the wall and we brought it down and we built it in a cabinet. Now they recognize it as a TV, not a picture that seems to be moving on the wall. We built a little kitchen area and we left all the cabinets in this little kitchen area available to them. I was going in care home after care home. They'd put these little child's locks on these things, and when they'd walk up, Ma would walk up and she'd try to open the cabinet. She goes, her mind said, this cabinet's supposed to open, but I don't understand, and she'd get frustrated. I said, why are we building a place where these folks are getting frustrated? So we filled them full of Tupperware, and I can set the Tupperware right there next to the sink and say, Mary Sue, this place is a mess. Can you help? And she starts doing the dishes, and she starts going. She looks over at Fred. Fred, get over here. She'll yell, get yourself, dry these dishes. Come on. And now I got these folks, they're starting to work with each other. They're starting to interact. They're up and they're active and they're moving. What would we do out in the garden? Can we do a raised garden area? What are some other things that we watched our parents do in the earlier years?
Nice, right?
Thing that you can get back.
We'll take care of it.
You gotta get back.
Can you do that for me? You do it with that rag and I'll switch with you. There you go. What if we placed 3 or 4 mailboxes in and around our memory care garden and we put mail in them every day? What's there to discover? Oh, the mailman must have not come yet. So I had an opportunity in my first 2 years where I did my heaviest research. I'd just visit care homes anywhere and their brother on a Sunday afternoon. I didn't care. I met Gertrude one morning sitting on a bench out in front of a care home. She told me her stories and the kids, and sometimes they can visit me and sometimes they want. And what do you want to do, Mary? What's the coolest thing, that you've ever done in your life? And she said, I love to paint. You paint. What do you paint? And she said, well, I like to do landscapes and stuff. And I said, didn't you do that today? And she said, no, I don't. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, I'll go and buy you some easels. Do you need some paint? Why aren't we painting today? And she says, because I'm too messy. And I said, well, what do you mean? She says, well, I'd spill paint all over the art room floor. And they told me, I can't do that anymore. You're kidding me. I went back to the office and I wrote on the wall, what would an art room look like that the more paint you spilled, the better it got? Here we are in the art room. We're getting ready to decorate. We're going to decorate in such a way that we never have to worry about making a mess. Let me introduce to you my experts.
Madison, Miranda, Sienna, Luann, Maya, Michaela.
Now, let's go to work.
Okay, let's trade it.
We would like to thank Florida Hospital Waterman Children's Center. Upon my visits, we saw therapy animals come into care homes, sometimes on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And I noticed when 3 or 4 dogs visited, the entire environment just started to lift. The employees, the residents, they just absolutely loved it. But after they left, it started to settle and it started to go down. And what we really are starting to concentrate on, if you move into an adult care home, how can you make decisions that are on your time? Because we accidentally create this whole calendar of timelines, and the only way you participate in adult care is on our time. We thought, oh my goodness, what if we trained a therapy animal to live there 24 hours a day? What if you came back to your care home after your son dropped you off on a Sunday night and you got to see that tail wag just like when you used to live at home? You got that unconditional love right in front of you. Is it possible that a dog could live there that you could check out just like a library book and take right up to your room and visit any time that you want?
Good sit, good girl. No sit, no sit, good sit. Good come, good girl. Yes. All right. We're doing really well with Marianne. She's starting to perfect her heel and her sit and her down, and she's even getting really good at waiting her turn when it's time to eat. But something that we're still struggling with is her jumping up on people when she gets a little bit overexcited. But the unconditional love, she's got that down to an art.
Time goes by, but my heart stays true. And every smile you give, your love, it shines right through. And in this moment, I'll make it last, make it last. I'll take my time and make it last. And as the present becomes the past.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to the stage Marianne. Sit. There you go. Marianne is on her 2nd year of training. She'll be going to a care home in a couple of weeks. She is a purebred collie. She does visitation today weekly at the hospitals up and around the care home. She also goes to other nursing homes. She will go to schools to help educate children about our elderly and what she does as her job. Good girl. Oh, yes, what a good girl. So I would encourage you to start doing a little more of the opposite. I would encourage you to get excited about being called a little crazy and a little wacky and a little stupid. That's a good thing. That means you're out there creating change. I want you to go out there now and revolutionize your industry. Thank you.